Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today. I want to take a few minutes to talk about our kindergarten literacy instruction resource and discuss how we can use it to strengthen early reading skills in our classrooms. So first I want to talk about why it's important to meet with other professionals in the first place. Well, first of all, we don't have to plan in isolation. In fact, when we share resources and collaborate, we create instruction that's more intentional, more aligned, and also more responsive to our student needs. We use our own experiences in the classroom with students to share information with others. And this is supported by the National Reading Panel, which shows that early literacy success depends on consistent, explicit instructions and foundational skills. So when we plan together, we ensure that every student from any classroom receives high quality, evidence-based instruction. Collaboration also helps us design meaningful tasks that will engage our students. Students thrive when the information instruction is predictable, hands-on, and also fun. So we're building better routines for our students that will support all learners, including multilingual students and those also with emerging literacy needs. So first I want to talk about phonemic awareness. We focus on 2 oral-only activities. The first one is sound isolation. So students will identify the first, middle, and last sound of a spoken word. And this is going to build phonemic awareness, which is a strong predictor for later reading success for our students. And then secondly, we will be oral blending. So students will blend segmented sounds to form a word. And this prepares them for decoding once we do introduce letters. And then we have phonics. Our phonics routines introduce letters and sounds in a systematic and, importantly, an explicit way. So first we have letter sound mapping with sound boxes. Each student will map a sound to a letter, and then this supports decoding and spelling and also makes it more hands-on and tactile, which can be more engaging. And then we have decodable word reading, where students will tap and blend CVC, consonant, vowel, consonant words using the phonics patterns of that week. And then third, we have fluency. Even in kindergarten, fluency begins with oral reading routines. So first we have choral reading, where students will read a predictable text, a familiar text, and that will build confidence and as they grow to begin the phrasing. And then also echo reading, where students will repeat after me with, and they'll be practicing expression and rhythm, where to emphasize things. This supports comprehension by freeing cognitive resources for meaning making. And then we have academic language and collaboration. Each activity includes academic language such as blend, segment, decode, and phrase. We are intentionally using these terms so the students can begin to practice the language of reading from the start. 2 collaborative opportunities include turn and talk, sentence frames, which practice academic language orally, and it also supports literacy and language development. And these skills can also transfer to like math or social studies, saying like, I notice, or I observe, I wonder. And then second, we have partner picture word mapping, where students will work together to match CVC words to pictures. And then this routine also works in social studies when matching community helpers or tools to roles, so that they're getting the same practice identifying pictures and sounds. And then we also want to offer extensions for students who have mastered these skills and are ready to be challenged further. So each of these components includes an extension option. So the first one, students will generate their own, they get to create their own sound isolation words. Kind of gives them a chance to be creative and have fun. And then they can also write CVC words or sentences that you can offer a student to lead the echo reading, and create vocabulary or slides for class glossary. Lastly, technology integration. We have digital letter sound practice, like Starfall, provides immediate feedback, which is good, and Seesaw fluency recording allows students to listen to themselves and reflect on their reading. So by using this shared resource, we are going to make sure that our kindergarten students receive consistent, research-based instruction in phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension. And when we come together to collaborate, we are creating a stronger, more equitable learning experience for our students. Thank you.